What's up, YouTube? This is Politically Incorrect. Um, when time was getting close for me to do my weekly video on this channel, and believe you me, when the political season begins to ramp up, my pace on this channel will start going up as well. But I was struggling to pick a topic I want to talk about. Not that there's not a lot going on in the political spectrum, but I don't want to repeat myself. You know, I don't want to become too mundane with some of the topics that I talk about. So news broke late last night that former President Bill Clinton had been hospitalized with a potentially dangerous infection. Insert your joke there, And I was starting to think about it. I'm like, Bill Clinton is getting up there, man. He's 75 years old. And, I started thinking about his legacy, just in case things turned out for the worst. You never know in these situations. I vividly recall back in April of 1994, only what, a month or so, or something like that after Nixon had visited Russia, news had broke that he had been hospitalized. And you thought, okay, well, maybe it's not that serious. And then within 4 or 5 days, he was dead. So you never know with these types of situations. But not to be morbid, but I started thinking about Clinton and his legacy. And what's always going to be attached to his legacy: a popular president, uh, great economy, morally bankrupt, however. And always is going to be attached to him, Monica Lewinsky. So lately, look, I look at Monica Lewinsky, she's a very attractive woman and all that, man. And in that situation with her and Bill Clinton, she definitely was being manipulated by Bill Clinton. There's no doubt about that. I don't doubt that at all. But now Monica Lewinsky is 48 years old, and she's, from what I can tell, has made a lot of money off of being a perpetual victim. Um, she's written books. She's appeared in countless interviews. I'm pretty sure she gets fees for those things. She's had several movies, television movies made about her. Um, and she's become sort of a cultural icon for feminists, which doesn't make sense to me because her claim to fame is so anti-feminist, which is I suck the cock to get fame or to get perks, which is so anti-feminist when you think about it, right? Bill Clinton's been victimized in these. I mean, excuse me, he's been vilified in these situations. That's fine, but I just want to point out something here. Monica Lewinsky was not this innocent little girl that was manipulated by this evil man. Okay, Bill Clinton at the time was 50 years old. He knew better. Okay, he knew better. He was a married man. What he did was wrong. It was more wrong from a moral aspect because he was older. He should have known better. He had more life experiences. He was essentially using his status as an older man and as a powerful figure to get what he wanted sexually. He knew how to manipulate women to get what he wanted. Okay? But let's not act like Monica Lewinsky didn't manipulate Bill Clinton to get what she wanted either, which is preferential treatment. And she had in her mind, this desire to be not just the thing on the side, but either the main of the woman or somehow thinking that he's going to replace Hillary with her, which is nonsense. Now, she might have been naive, but at the same time, she was not this innocent victim because you have to remember, at the time that that story broke open in January of 1998, right, she was already having an affair at the same time with another man, a man that had been her teacher, if I'm not mistaken, in high school. So she had had this pattern of having affairs with older men. Knowing that they're married, she broke up another marriage. Okay, so she's not this innocent victim that people try to make her out to be. She knew damn well what she was doing. She was young, but she was in her early 20s. Okay? I'm going to tell you why I don't have this empathy like that for women in a lot of these situations. Um, Whenever you see a 15-year-old black youth, right, who's been convicted of shoplifting or something like that, right? Essentially a harmless crime, but it's wrong. A lot of times the judge will say, yeah, he's young. You're young, but you're old enough to understand and know the consequences of your actions. I sentence you to 3 years in juvenile and 1 year in prison afterward, or something like that, right? When it could just be, you could just let the kid off, man. It wasn't like he stole, it wasn't grand larceny, right? But there's this lecturing when it comes to black kids. Tamir Rice was gunned down for playing in the park with a toy gun when he was 12 years old. Police officer blew him away like he was some terrorist suspect, right? So when people get on their soapbox and tell me I'm supposed to feel sorry for a 23-year-old woman because she's having an affair with the president of the United States, you can kiss my ass on that one. Kiss it good too. Okay? I'm tired of a lot of these women. I'm tired of a lot of these women who are being treated like perpetual teenagers. And by that I mean teenagers want it both ways. Teenagers want to be treated as adults when it suits them, when they want to do fucked up shit, when they want to drink, fuck, and party and do all of the, you know, the the supposed fun things that adults get to do. But when it comes to responsibility, teenagers say, "Oh, but I'm only 16. Oh, but I'm only 17. I'm just a kid." No, you can't have it both ways. And that's how I see sometimes with feminists, or at least these new age feminazis, I call them. They want they say they want equality, which is what the original feminist movement was about in the 60s and 70s, which I wholeheartedly agreed with and would have supported back in those days. But these women, they want to have their cake and eat it too. They want the equality, but at the same time, they still want to be treated in the manner that women have been treated in the past, which is with a double standard, which is with chivalry, which is having special treatment. And you can't have it like that. You cannot, that's not going to fly. Look, I'm not saying that there's something wrong with if you're on a date with a woman, uh, you know, uh, letting her go enter first, or uh, you know, I personally believe that a man should pay at least for the majority of meals, or at least the majority of the check, or pulling her chair out in front. I think those are still things that a gentleman should do. But other things, okay, they become antiquated when you want equality. Okay, I don't want to steer this video into going into other areas. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to talk about other things and get off track. But yeah, Monica Lewinsky, no. I'm gonna tell you who the real victim is. The real victim is the woman who uh, whose husband had been cheating with Monica for at least 3 or 4 years since she was 19 years old, and the press inundated her uh, voicemails and ruined her privacy. This was not a public figure like the Clintons, and they ruined her life and helped to ruin her marriage. That's how she found out that her husband had been cheating with Monica Lewinsky for 4 years. Hillary Clinton, no matter how much you hate her, was a victim in this situation. She trusted her husband. He lied to her. Monica Lewinsky was not a victim. Okay, she's not. And I get tired of people treating her like she's a goddamn victim. She's not. She knew what she was doing when she let Bill Clinton ejaculated on her dress, and she kept it like a trophy. She knew what she was doing when she let Bill Clinton insert that cigar in a slot where it was not supposed to go. I don't think that's a cigar box, where it went at that infamous time. This is the same woman who, according to uh, the Ken Starr uh, investigation, you read the report. This is the same woman who, I don't know if you guys ever read this shit, man, but this is the same woman who licked Bill Clinton's ass. Okay, literally, not kissed his ass, licked his ass. This is a thought. This is a thought. Okay, she is the woman who Kamala Harris pretty much got her playbook from. She just perfected it. So no, she's not some feminist icon to me. She's a thought that you know was easy on the eye, and people somehow felt sorry for her because a lot of people do that shit. A white woman crying, a instant, you're just gonna feel sorry for her. Look at the woman who got away with shooting that black guy in Texas, the police officer. I can't think of her name off the top of my head right now. Amber Geiger. Somehow, this murderer had the judge feeling sorry for her, had the bailiff stroking her fucking hair, had the brothers, the brother of the murder victim, asking to hug her, and people talking about, oh, we should just forgive. We should just forgive. And that was a great example of forgiveness. But these motherfuckers can't forgive Colin Kaepernick for taking a motherfucking knee. Kiss my ass.